Is moving to Idaho falling out of fashion? Well, if you're a local Idahoan, you might have just taken a bite of potatoes and said, I sure hope so. Well, the data is showing us that Idaho is not as much of a relocation hotspot as it was a few years ago. I moved from California to Idaho, so I'm super familiar with why you might be looking to relocate here. And today, we're going to look at why out-of-staters, especially Californians, might be losing interest in Idaho. Now, Idaho is a small state by population, coming in at number 38 of the 50 states, and it grew the second fastest in 2022 by 1.8%, just behind Florida that grew at 1.9%. But that is a noted decline from the past few years where it grew overall by 6.2% from 2019 to 2021. Idaho is edging towards 2 million people. Now, in real numbers, this means that Idaho averaged 56,000 people growth each year, and then last year just 39,000 people. Now, I'd expect that number to be even smaller in 2023. So why did this growth happen and why is it slowing? Well, Idaho has long been a place that people have been moving to, having babies, and raising families. In fact, Idaho has been growing every single year for 30 years. Now, clearly, the recent boom was fueled by the COVID restrictions in blue states, especially California. It's a big reason why I moved to Idaho. However, as those states have slowly opened back up, people feel less of a desire to escape the pain of the lockdowns. But unfortunately, what they're forgetting is California has already flexed its draconian powers and was nearly completely unchecked, with the same local county supervisors getting reelected and, of course, Governor Newsom easily defeating a recall. This, along with a one-party supermajority in the legislature, gives them virtually unchecked power to do something like the COVID lockdowns again for the next thing and continue the progressive policies ruining the economy and families in California. So if you're watching this video and thinking of moving, don't forget that more of the same is likely to happen in California, and you need to seriously look at moving to a free state and then voting consistently to preserve our freedoms. This is a huge reason why people move to Idaho, to move to a state with lots of freedoms around personal choice, around vaccinations, around gun control laws, and simply a far better quality of life. If you're finding this video helpful with the research for moving your family here to Idaho and want to get notified when other videos like this hit every single week, hit the subscribe and bell notification right now and smash that like button so YouTube knows to show this video to other people like you so they can be helped in their move to Idaho. Now, here is the deal. People have moved for millennia to find a better quality of life, usually better climate, or to escape a threat. Now, people really aren't moving for better climates per se. I mean, it's impossible to beat the amazing weather in California, but things like overall better quality of life and affordability. And this is another reason why people have slowed down moving to Idaho. When a lot of people are looking to improve their quality of life, there can be a sudden influx of people to that area. That has certainly happened here in Idaho, but it's not unique to Idaho. These same things happened before, or even happening now, like places in California, Oregon, Arizona, Florida, and Texas. In fact, the old adage of go west, young man, has really become go east, young man, if we're allowed to use that word man anymore, as people are fleeing the West Coast to find better opportunities in places like Idaho, Texas, and Florida. And because of this, suddenly housing becomes less affordable, there's a lot more people, and traffic congestion rises. It then becomes far less affordable for people making the move here or buying a home for the first time. It's a big reason why local Idahoans are frustrated at Californians moving here. Not as much for the politics. In fact, Idaho actually shifted 5 or 6 points more conservative in the last election cycle, but because of the large influx of people in a short amount of time, which created a housing crisis that drove prices up rapidly. Home prices in Ada County, the main county that makes up Boise and the immediately surrounding suburbs, were just $153,000 in 2012. By 2017, they nearly doubled to $273,000. By 2022, it more than doubled again and hit $602,000. Now, the prices have come down lately with the overall housing market shift and have dropped to $483,000, but they bottomed out and are treading back up. Now, this housing crisis that occurred in Idaho did not happen overnight and was not limited to Idaho. In fact, as a country, we're still underbuilt by about 5 million homes. And there is a huge wave of millennial generation first-time homebuyers hitting the housing market right now. As inflation gets under control and mortgage rates begin to fall, I'd expect another surge of buying activity and home prices to continue to rise. If you're moving to Idaho in the next 9 days, 90 days, or even 2 years from now, make sure to pause this video right now, write down my phone number or email address and give me a call so my team and I can help you make the move here to Idaho. We're experts in the neighborhoods and the homes here so that you don't move to the wrong area. We've helped so many people move here just like you and you and you and you and you. And we just don't want you to move to the wrong house and then have to sell it in a year or two to find a better home for yourself. So stop what you're doing right now and pause the video and give us a call, text, or email right now. Now, a huge reason why people are still moving to Idaho, although in slower numbers, is just how family friendly that it is here. There are some really awesome events held regularly throughout the Treasure Valley, like the Boise Balloon Festival, where hundreds of hot air balloons are launched from Ann Morrison Park. And there are just tons of super family friendly events and activities all throughout the valley, including lots of big fun parks like Reed Merrill Park in Eagle, Settlers Park, or Discovery Park in Meridian, and there are splash pads at most of the parks that help the kids cool off during the summer months. Indian Creek Plaza in Caldwell hosts around 260 family-friendly events and has a huge ice ribbon skating ring during the winter months. Plus, there is so much nature easily accessed, including the Boise River and the Greenbelt, with miles of connected trails and easy access to the foothills and mountains for endless hiking, rafting, fishing, hunting, skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling, off-roading, and camping. If you're wondering what the cost of living is here in Idaho, make sure to watch this video and give me a call to talk about buying a home here in Idaho.